Bonjour and welcome to my new video. As you can see, today we are going to do a mini sketchbook, mini watercolor sketchbook and just sketchbook. It is from my mask design that I made stickers of, and I'm just printing the cover at home because I like my Canon printer. It's good enough for what I want. So what I want to do is a very small sketchbook. I think I plan for the watercolor one to have just 8 pages because it's a very small sketchbook. It's 10 by 15 centimeters. As you can see, the one in my hand, it's one I have already made a while ago. It's not very big. So this one is a watercolor sketchbook. I already made some tests. This one is only for me, so I'm just doing tests. You will see at the end of the video I have planned to show you a little painting inside because the paper is actually very nice. I used Canson Monval cold press, I believe, cold press paper, yes, for the watercolor version of this little sketchbook. You will see there is a lot of cutting in the video because I didn't have any page on formats, so I just took so first off I had to cut the covers because I made 2 covers for one A4 size page, so I could do 4 sketchbook, but I will only show you for one because it's basically the same for every sketchbook. The only difference with the sketchbook I've already finished that I showed you is that pink page that I added inside the book. You will see at the end it looks very nice. I really love how it looks with just the name, the word sketchbook on it, and name and date, I think, because I like to put the date of when I start my sketchbooks, so when I open it or go back to it after a while I can know when I did it. So you see I just plan each page with each inside, and when it's done I just fold it in half and we have the cover. I did one detail for this sketchbook that I really like is you see there is a mask in the middle that appear in front and on the back. I really like to see when you see the book from the spine, it really looks nice and I really like this little detail. Okay, so you see pink inside and the cover, it's very pretty. So for the inside page, the sketchbooks you will see me do is a sketchbook. So I use some paper I had, which is Dalb paper 160 GSM, I believe. It's not so good for watercolor, but just for sketching it's very nice, and it also allowed me to put more pages in the sketchbook. I managed to put 16 pages in the sketchbook, separated into how do you call it, signature, separated in 2 signature of 8 each, or 4 pages folded in 2, which makes 8 pages. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff to cut and it was really a big part of creating the sketchbook, so I didn't put everything inside the video because I thought it was too much, and I also sped up the video a lot because I find it rather boring and I didn't want to have a video for 2 hours. Who cares about watching me cut and fold paper during 2 hours, honestly? So if you see how let's talk about these 2 signature inside the pink, you see, and inside the cover. So it's a pretty nice sketchbook. I like the size, I like how it's not too much, and it's just perfect. I was trying to find the previous size here, but I noticed afterwards, actually not on this sketchbook but on the next one, that I had marked the entry point on the cover, on the actual print design. So I spent too much time doing the measurement here because it wasn't necessary, but it worked. So once I had made all the measurements, I just made my little hose for the thread to pass, because I wanted to have this stitched. So you see, I do the same for the pages. I do 4 holes. I think I took 2.5 centimeters from the top of each pages and 2 centimeters in between the holes. It's more than enough to hold the book very well together. So yeah, I love doing small books like this, but it's true that it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, but I think the end result is so satisfying and so pretty. And I've been doing my own sketchbook for a while now, and I'm getting used to it and also better at it. I do sketchbooks that are very firm now and attach very well and have a very good I'm not sending myself flowers, but a little here. I think they are quite sturdy, and I really like it. So for the stitching, I used this red thread that I am waxing. Well, first the length. So I think I used 6 times the size of the spine for the length of the thread, and it was a good length. I think I could have gone for only 5 times. So now the waxing, I just have this old beeswax candle that I made when I was very young, and it's very good to wax the thread. This way it sticks very well, and it's more secure and firm, and it's just nice. So the stitching, I wish I could show you better, but it was really hard to film this part. I started by stitching the pink outer layer, outer page with one signature before stitching it to the cover, because this way the excess thread stay inside, and it adds a little detail that I kinda like. With that, you'll see at the end. I will show you. I have planned to show you. So yeah, stitching is quite hell to film and to show, and I'm just going faster here because when I filmed it, there is not much to see. I think I just wanted to show you once I had made the first once I could add the signature to the cover, I just made a small knot to attach everything together so it doesn't move when I do the rest of the stitching. But I will go back in the end, and this will be my final knot also. The sketchbook, why am I doing so many? One should be enough for my own use. If you've been on my Etsy shop, you've seen there is a watercolor pack with this sketchbook. I'm going to take that away from my Etsy shop because I don't do enough watercolors to be able to sell this as a regular pack. Thank you so much for those who bought it. There is someone took one for me, and I'm very happy that it got a new home, but I cannot produce so much watercolor. Here, you see what I was talking about, the little knot on the inside. This is it. So yeah, but next week yes, it will be next week. I will be going to a convention, and I wanted to see if a small sketchbook would be interesting and if people would buy it. So I only made 4 of this design. I have another design in mind, but I don't know if I will do 4. Yes, I think I will do 4 because I have planned a little something for it. Anyway, I wanted to see if it would interest people, because I know the sketchbook is very small and there isn't much pages, so I was thinking maybe people want more pages to draw on, but we will see how this how this goes. I am planning to film some part of the convention, so I can show it to you, but I don't know how much I will film, so I may not do any promises on this. But I want to share the experience, because I haven't done a convention in a very long time, and it could be very, very interesting, even if it's one very small convention. Okay, so the cutting part is quite hard, but it really does a difference. I noticed that however you count and measure your holes for the stitching, it always happens to have pages that aren't in the right side. So I always do my cover a little bit larger so I can cut after, and I've all the pages really fine and pretty, as you can see right now. It's well cut and it doesn't go anywhere else than where it should be. So, and here at the end of the book I add my signature, my name, and what kind of paper there is inside. Great! So, as I told you, I also wanted to show you how the watercolor paper reacted inside the sketchbook and drawing inside the sketchbook with one little watercolor. It was also a way for me to to kind of start the sketchbook. I also want the little sketchbook that I will be using right now. See, this one is my own copy. I use it because it has a few stains and I don't feel comfortable selling a sketchbook with stains, and this one doesn't have the pink first pages, so I'm keeping it for myself. So yeah, I want people who will be at the convention to be able to look at this one, feel the pages, and see if they like it, if they would like to buy it actually. So it's a very selfish purpose to do this watercolor. And also as I was sketching and deciding on what to draw, I thought I'm going to draw an old a panel of my comic Radiant that is going out Wednesday, 4th of December. It's also next week. So much is happening these days. It might be hard for you to follow through with all my projects at the same time. So I wanted to draw one panel and yeah, well, do it on watercolor because my comic is done with digital media, but I think it's actually the same. It's just that digital allows me to be faster for the comic. And this panel is well, it's not exactly like the panel from the comic, but it's really close. This panel is one of my favorites. I don't know why. I feel there is something important happening here in the story, but also I really like the overall mood. It's blue as well, and we have the characters having, yeah, they're having connection here. Maybe the first one in the story, but it's very early in the book. It's not a book. It's just it's a webtoon, so it's not really a book. I don't know if I will be able to make it into a book. So I've been using the Castleshire that is in the sketchbook for a little while. I bought a very big block of paper and I've really been enjoying it. It's not like Arches paper, it doesn't have this quality, but it does really interesting effects and stuff with the pigments and the watercolor, and it got a very nice quality that I've really come to enjoy. So yeah, I'm quite happy of how it reacts to water and overall, even with pencil. You'll see I'm gonna finish my sketch with pencil. I use Faber-Castell colored pencils. They are very soft and very creamy in a way, if I may say so, and they're very agreeable to work on this paper as well. Oh, I forgot to tell, once again I only used my own watercolor as a watercolor I made. I think I will need to do some more very soon, because this blue I have here, I'm almost out of it. So here, well, I'm almost to the end now. So I hope you enjoy the video, and share it if you like, if you want to share it, and subscribe and comment, and tell me if you think that 8 pages is too little for a sketchbook, or 16 pages is too little for a sketchbook. It's for people who like tiny challenges, so it's great. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.